Hello, it's Pavel, and let's cover today's news and my thoughts and observation in the area of AI and technology overall, and how to use it better for the service company on our way to become a technology company. If we cover today's news, we cannot start with the Anthropic releasing new model, Fable 5, and this is long expected and honestly very pre-hyped Mythos model from Anthropic that we were told so many times, powerful beyond any measure that can break internet. Fable 5 is just the same Mythos model with the more guardrails. And if you follow the model's development, you're obviously looking all over the place for what others found as a confirmation that brings the capacity of the model and the capability of the model to the next level. What is that next level? So far, I've seen that Fable gets 10 to 20% benchmark increase. So it is an increase. It is not a breakthrough to the next level. So probably most noticeable is the price that doubles from Opus models. And putting this in a perspective, you might say for any company that uses AI, you now have a decision whether you upgrade to the newest model for twice as much of price, or you finally get to the newer practice of evaluating the benefits of switching to the new model, the cost-benefit analysis. It is a definitely new step for me because for the last few years, we started with the euphoria of how much you can do with a $20 subscription, and then price increases, then you're no longer surprised to be on a max plan, then you're now hitting the limits of the max plan. So you put it to the company's perspective, overnight doubling the AI expenses is not an easy feast, so that you need to evaluate and justify. If we're going into the not mindlessly updating to the new model mentality, so we followed what happened to the premium cell phones when everyone was updating them for a while because every new model delivered a substantial amount of new features. And then people started seeing diminishing return and upgrades. And now you easily find people with the 10 years old models. So that's probably going to happen with LLMs. And maintaining multiple models across your company, and it just increases complexity of routing, complexity of governing, complexity of coordinating all of the effort. Because when you look at the AI bill, it's not that easy to say where this money goes. So you need to have a tracking capability. You need to restore the course of action to say what actually consumed that much of money. And the benefit of traceability for AI on the company level becomes obvious every time you hear a new pitch about someone approaching you with the offer to automate your business. With the brief discussions, you often understand that those people have very little technical capability. They learn how to connect a framework with your database, and by sending the prompt, they compile the information that is no question, wasn't able we do before. And those people don't even shy to admit they are not very technical. They go on their own podcasts and tell that they barely understand how things work, and they show how you click and connect your database to the agentic framework, essentially ability to send prompt to your data to to produce the results. When you commit to this, you have to understand that the whole setup, if someone takes it over, allows to send completely different prompt to your data and extract all of your data, all of your hidden secrets from that database. So you think that you are connecting the agents to your mailbox to categorize emails and to find the ones that are worth bringing to the management attention first because of the priority. But the entire setup will allow us to send a different prompt. And unless you trace it, unless you can analyze what queries goes to data, you will never know that you'll be exploited. The company data is exploited for a long time. For how long time, how much information is extracted. There's a known fact. 40% of the companies do not recover after data breach. Put it in a perspective. Do not rush in to let anyone connect to your database because it produces amazing results. your data, if exposed, and if it's available somewhere in a data breach, will damage your company way more than the short advantage you get by jumping into the untested tool. And the next topic is popular now, AI strategy question. Everyone talking about creating AI strategy. Everyone creates the AI roadmap. I talked to someone yesterday and they told me that the company, a pretty large company, on daily meetings, asking people for the ideas how they're going to use AI to make work better. Think about this. When the last time you saw middle management asking floor for ideas how to run a business? This is what it actually is. And it's a sign of nothing but them having no idea. They have a general feeling that created by overall hype that AI will make business run better, but they don't know how. I'm not by any means anti-AI. I live and breathe AI 24 hours a day. But building business around AI strategy is a wrong approach. Business has its own goal and intention and a purpose, serving customers. AI made a lot of business activities a low-hanging fruit for automation, but put them in the business numbers first and prioritize them, and then look for way to solve them. Probably, most likely, is going to be AI. Having a future company vision described in the technical capabilities that you're lacking now will naturally lead you into something that others will call AI strategy, but not other way around. The technology coming at a speed that we never seen before, and it creates changes across company we never seen before. And speed of change, this is the main risk. This is the main danger for the business. Because when we move fast, when we have no time to think, this is when we break things. There will be a lot of things broken in a way. I came across an article today that was explaining that before the idea was very scarce asset and there were a lot of effort put in execution to implement those ideas. But now with AI, we have the ocean level of ideas and we have no capacity, we have no infrastructure in the company to evaluate those ideas and moving them forward. One thing that I think is missing is that all of those ideas, which is fascinates us now, and honestly give some of us unfair advantage because some of us move into AI sooner than others, will disappear when we reach new equilibrium and everyone is using AI and everyone using the same LLMs to produce ideas, strategies, creating documents and plans. So what then will be the major differentiator for the company, for the business? AI should be treated as a decision support always, not as a decision authority. So it reminds me of the conversation I had some time ago about my view on how soon AI will be processing claims, how soon AI will be making decisions in courts, how soon AI will be making other decisions. And I firmly believe that this part will never going to happen because we introduce a third party in the relationship that only has two sides. When you go to court and AI handles you a decision, who owns this decision? AI can be folded into the work of the people examining claims. AI can be folded in the capabilities of people preparing the decision for the court. But AI or machine will never be a third party in any relationship. That's enough argument to say that machine will never make those decisions. So you can project it to your company work. The machine-made decisions should be folded in someone's authority, and for that reason, for their own responsibility for that decision. The company will have responsible for a decision they made. And I think there are some legislation already coming out that require company to justify a decision if it was made by AI. And that opens up completely new gate of requirements for traceability, for governance, for compliance, for restoring the reasoning for a decision, which will be at this moment of technology harder to achieve, rather than position AI as the support tool for the human decision. And the last observation is the tone of the general messages regarding AI. It's either very apocalyptical, so you only have 18 months, we only have 2 years, and so on, and it sounds like something, the end of the world is coming. Or it is overly exciting about creating new employees, creating the company that runs solely on AI, creating the completely different type of business that runs with the simple prompt. The better we understand the changes in technology, the better we put it to use, the better the outcome will be. The business will continue, and it's not going to be easier. So there's no way back. These changes in technology will propagate into the changes into the service delivery. So the requirements will be more complex. The customers will expect more to deliver faster. So the change will come. The competitors also are not slipping or trying to adapt to new changes in technology. So you need to run way faster just to stand still. And the better we understand technology, the better we use it as it's intended to use, so the better the benefits will be. The world is not going to end in 2 years. Your business is not going to be running on a machine and you only spend 30 minutes of checking the machine. It is going to be harder. So we need to prepare now. We need to get stronger now. I think that's a good summary for today, and I will talk to you soon.